Welcome to the East Long Meadow Planning Board meeting on Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. In attendance tonight is myself, Cassandra Cherasolo, Russell Denver, and George Kingston. Is anyone in the audience recording other than LCAT? Please let us know.
I don't see anybody recording.
Fantastic. Do the roll call. First on the agenda is to approve the minutes from November 15th, 2022. Any comments or revisions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
So moved.
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes.
Ready?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, site plan review waivers, case SPRW 2022-37. Request for site plan review waiver for Costas 3D Imaging, Inc., DBA Jelly on My Belly, for a change in location from 312 North Main Street to 604 North Main Street, Suite 2, Assessors Parcel ID 1A-94-321 in an existing structure located in the Business Zoning District. Applicant Tom Costas, 55 Benedict Terrace, Long Meadow, Mass. 01106. Tabled from 11/01/22 and 11/15/2022.
Is the petitioner in the audience?
Through Zoom, yes.
Could you please explain to us who you are, what the business is about, and what will be happening?
Sure. So I am Tom Costas. I'm one of the owners. Myself and my wife own Costas 3D Imaging, and we've been doing business in Long Meadow for about 4 years now. We are a 3D ultrasound studio, which scans pregnant women so they can see their unborn baby and get some good pictures of their face and features.
So just for the people who might be watching by Zoom, can you tell us what building you're moving to?
Sure. It's 604 North Main Street. It's where Dr. Bonavita has his dentistry. I think it's called the Good Dentistry.
Yep.
For Andrew Bonavita.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions from the board?
To allow use in the zone. They've been a good business in town. I'm glad they're decided to stay here.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Well,
Hold on,
1 second.
not done yet. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, it passes.
Great.
Great.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Yep, case SPRW 2022-39, request for a site plan review waiver for Dusty Goat Farm, a farm stand at 229 Hamden Road, Assessors Parcel ID 77-55-0 on a 1.91 plus or minus acre lot in the Residence A zoning district. Applicant Aaron Sewell, 229 Hamden Road, East Long Meadow, Mass. 01028, tabled from 11/15/22.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So if you could just explain to us who you are, about your business. Anything else?
My name is Erin Sewell. I am a resident at 229 Hamden Road in East Long Meadow. The house has 2 acres, and I also have a grow space down in the basement where I grow microgreens. The business is doing really, really well. I have restaurants, farmers markets, a couple of stores are interested. And I would eventually like to have a farm stand outside to be able to sell them right there on site. My plan with the outside location is to add a greenhouse to provide adult vegetables to the community. I plan on doing a lot of educating there as well for, helping kids grow their food. I like to educate with the nutritional benefits of microgreens. And I think that this would be a good opportunity to close up the food gaps in the Pioneer Valley.
Any other questions?
I'm gonna look to George because you're usually our agricultural expert.
Well, I can say I've had Aaron's greens
Yeah,
from farmer's market. They're quite good.
okay.
And I'm happy to see another agricultural business in town.
But and there are no zoning restrictions for agricultural?
There are, farm, I forget what the farm stand is. I think 2 acres is big enough.
Okay. Can you tell us where on the property you're gonna be putting your farm stand?
Well, I have 2 driveways. One is more like an actual parking lot.
Mhm.
And there are some trees that are dead and need to come down, so it could be expanded a tiny bit. But I was going to have it right in that area. So there would be 5 or 6 parking spots. And then the door would be right where my fence line is.
Because I'm thinking Hamden Road is a fairly busy way, and are we gonna get the customers off the main road onto the
Absolutely.
property?
Yeah,
Okay,
I would be able to provide about 5 or 6 parking spots.
okay,
And she's right across the road from the other farm stand. that's
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes.
Thank you.
Good
Great,
luck.
thank you. Yeah, good luck.
New business?
I don't know, what do you guys? Jesse's not here yet. Jesse's here. I'll leave it up to the board. Do you want me to go over the master plan implementation report tonight? With only 3 of you here. With a short discussion on the amendments, I would like to do a little bit of that. Any comments of, that you guys may have on my, memo and proposed amendments?
So I read your memo and proposed amendments. The concept is outstanding, and I would thoroughly endorse it.
I agree with the concept. There are a couple of hits I noticed right away that I need to ask about, but I need time to read it in detail. I noticed you mentioned business, commercial buildings and industrial buildings. Do we have definitions for those?
I will double check to make sure that they're defined somewhere.
Because we have 3 zones, commercial, business, and industrial. We make a distinction between commercial and business.
Right.
So, we need to, if we're learning, we need to have our definitions down.
Yeah.
So that, when things get tight, we're covered. For the rest of it, I really need some time to digest it. It's just too big. You agree?
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, just an example of this. So my company bought the former Epstein Financial. So we're located at 96 Shaker. Epstein Financial is on Summers Road. And we would normally now have to go through a site plan waiver because we're changing the name of the business that's operating there.
Yeah.
And we're not doing anything different. And it just seems to be like a headache. So this was very timely with me.
And I will say it's, in my presentation earlier, just to mention one thing in it. It is a strategy in the master plan to make it easier for businesses to come in. And permitting, just kind of making that a little bit easier. So I will double check on the,
My only caveat on all this is that maybe 1 in 20, the people that come before us surprises us with, oh yeah, I'm gonna have 3 trucks at my house or something like that. And that's the sort of thing that we need to make sure is covered.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
so in terms of stuff like that, it should be, spelled out in the bylaws, and it should be, as I mentioned in my memo, any non-discretionary review where it's black and white in the code, should be relatively easy for our office to do. And then also it would shorten the amount of time that it took for that review to happen, from 2+ weeks, because it's a minimum of 2 with our deadline, to maybe 5 business days, at the most, if I had to guess. We would have to test it out and see exactly how long we would need, but I would say 5 business days is more than enough time for us to do it administratively, so.
I like the idea.
All right.
The director's report.
The only thing I have is to mention that we have not received a traffic study from the applicant for 330 Chestnut Street. With that, I've determined that it's not going to be enough time for our peer review consultant to one, generate a report and review of the materials, and two, give the board enough time to review that report and the traffic study itself. So I would say that it's very likely at this point that it would have to be continued again. So
So I'd like to maybe make a motion on something related to that. So as we required the traffic study to be reviewed actually by the traffic officer at the police department for Happy Acres. I actually wanted them to sit down and actually go through it before we then got an official opinion from the police department. I would ask that we have the traffic officer review it as part of your peer review. So
I can have that, or our traffic officer look at it
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Know that we need to have a vote on that because technically we can't tonight because it has to be a part of the public hearing. So, but I can reach out to the traffic.
Good.
So since there's nothing else there, pursuant to MGL Chapter 30A 20A3 regarding potential resolutions of certain litigation pending against the town to
I'll make the motion that
I
pursuant
have to
to,
read this.
oh,
part.
good, go ahead.
To
Okay.
discuss strategy with respect to pending litigation if an open meeting.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay. We need to move to an executive session. That's what that means. So by roll call, Oh, no.
Motion.
we have to make a motion. Oh, hang on. To return to open session only to adjourn. Is there a motion?
So if I may.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we move into executive session pursuant to MGL 38, section 21A3 regarding to discuss potential resolutions of certain litigation pending against the town and only return to open session for the purpose of adjourning.
Second that.
By roll call vote, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Russell Denver, yes.
Okay.
George Kingston, yes.
Cassandra Solo, yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.